Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be doing a United States tier list, and I am just going to be ranking all the states. And I kind of just found this online, so I think that's pretty cool that this even exists. But yeah, it looks like it's mostly in alphabetical order. There are a few states at the start, Indiana, Hawaii, and California. I guess they just forgot to put those in earlier. But yeah, I just thought this would be really cool to do today. And we have 50 states and only 15 minutes to do it in, so let's just get started. First off, we have Indiana. I actually don't know much about Indiana. I think they have a lot of racing. That's pretty cool. But I don't really know much about it. It seems like kind of an average state. I'm going to put it in B. Next, we have Hawaii. I've actually been to Hawaii. Hawaii's really nice. It's nice and warm, tropical. I think I'm going to have to give it an A. Yeah, that's a good place for it. Um, California. California is nice. It has kind of a tropical part by the water. It has kind of a deserty part in the Mojave Desert. It even has the hottest recorded temperature in the entire world, or at least surface temperature, in Death Valley, California. And it has a bunch of cool things, Disney World, Universal Studios. And because of that, I think I will put it in A tier, just below Hawaii, yeah. Alaska, I really hate the cold, and Alaska is obviously very cold. It's the northernmost state, and part of it's even in the Arctic Circle. But I have seen a bunch of cool things there. There's a lot of cool national parks, salmon, and I don't know, it's kind of just an average state. Well, actually, I think I'm going to put it in D because I really hate the cold. Alabama. Alabama is pretty nice. I actually did a video recently on this, and it got the most views out of any of my videos. Um, I did see a lot of cool things there. Apparently, they have a whole museum of rockets and NASA stuff. I think that's pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna put it maybe in B tier with Indiana. Arizona. Arizona's pretty nice. It has the Grand Canyon. Obviously, that's really cool. A lot of big cities: Phoenix, Flagstaff, Tucson, and it is really dry though. I don't really like dry states that much, but I think I'm going to put it in B tier, right ahead of Alabama. We have Colorado next. I don't really know much about Colorado either, but it seems like a pretty mid state. It's kind of hot, kind of cold because of the mountains. The Rockies look pretty cool though, and they're one of the few places that actually get Chinooks. So let's see. I'm gonna put it right in B. Okay, Delaware. I heard that this is actually it was rated the most boring state in the United States, but I don't know. It seems pretty nice. The people living there seem nice. It borders some pretty cool states: Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey. So I think I'm gonna put it in C. Yeah, that's a C state. Connecticut. I don't know much about Connecticut. It's in New England. New England's really nice. I heard they have a really cool Pez museum, like the candy. So I think I'm gonna put it maybe low B. Let's see, Florida. Florida is an obvious S for me. Florida's really warm. I really like that's on a peninsula. I don't know. I just think that's cool. And yeah, they have a bunch of cool things. Disney World, I think another Universal Studios, the Everglades, of course. But yeah, an S tier for that. Georgia, I don't really know much about Georgia, but I know it's tropical like Florida. But yeah, since I don't know much about it, I think I'm just gonna put it in B, maybe right ahead of Arizona. Actually, maybe ahead of Indiana too. Okay, Maryland. The thing about Maryland is that it's really weirdly shaped, as you can see in this picture here. And I don't really know much about Maryland. I know they have Baltimore. That's a really big city. They border the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, it just seems like a really average state. I think I'm going to put it in C, right? Actually, maybe, no, I'll put it right ahead of Delaware. Idaho. I don't know much about Idaho either. A lot of the more obscure states. And let's see. I know they grow a lot of potatoes. They have a pretty cool waterfalls, national park, stuff like that. And for that, I think I'm going to put it somewhere in B, maybe right ahead of Alabama. Let's see, Illinois. Illinois is really cool. I actually did a video on that really recently. They have Chicago, Springfield, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, Illinois is pretty nice. It's pretty warm down in the south too, so I think I'm going to put it in A tier. Arkansas. Arkansas is another one of the really warm states, but it's also one of the more obscure states. They don't really have much to do there, but yeah, it's pretty warm, so I think I'm just gonna put it low B. Iowa. Iowa's probably one of the more boring states too. They grow a lot of corn, I know, but other than that, there's not many characteristics of Iowa. So I think I'm just gonna put it in C. Let's see, Kansas. Kansas is pretty nice. They have a bunch of big cities. They border a lot of big states like Missouri. That they have a lot of people. But yeah, I don't really know much about Kansas. I'm just gonna put it in C, right ahead of Maryland. Kentucky. They have horse racing there. That's pretty cool. It seems like a pretty cool state. I think I'm gonna put it in high B. Yeah, that seems good. Louisiana. I know they're the pelican state, so that's pretty cool. They must have a lot of pelicans down there. It's really warm and tropical. It borders the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, Louisiana is a pretty nice state. I think I am gonna put it in A. Maine. Let's see. Maine is, I don't know, just doesn't seem very populated. I know they have like a lot of crawfish or whatever. I've heard a lot about that in Maine. But yeah, I think it's just kind of an average state. I'm gonna put it in C. Massachusetts. Massachusetts is one of the really good New England states. They have good colleges, of course. Um, but yeah, I think it's a pretty average state. I'm gonna put it in C, right ahead of Delaware. Michigan. Michigan is a really weird state because it is actually split into two major parts, the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula. I know they have Detroit. Detroit doesn't actually seem that nice, but I don't know. I think Michigan is gonna go in C. Minnesota. Minnesota has the Mall of America, of course. It's really nice. They have the northernmost point in the continental United States. And yeah, it just seems like a nice state. So I think I'm gonna put it in B, right ahead of Connecticut. Mississippi, another one of the really warm states, and I really like warm weather. So it's also really tropical. But I don't really know if there's much to do in Mississippi. I couldn't really find much when I was making my video about it. So for that, I think I'm gonna put it in B. Montana. Montana's really nice. It has the Rockies, of course. It has the first national park to open in the United States. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful state overall. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. Nebraska. Nebraska is one of the more boring states too. Yeah, I don't really know much about Nebraska. They have a lot of cool fossil reserves and stuff, so that's pretty cool. But I think I'm gonna put it in C. Next, we have Nevada. I've actually been to Nevada. I've been to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is actually a really nice city, I think. I think it's actually better than Los Angeles, California. And for that, I think I will put it in high A. I think I'll put it ahead of California. Yeah, that sounds good. New Hampshire is one of the really good New England states too. They have, not a lot of people, but yeah, they have a good life in general. People really like living there, I've heard. And I don't really know much about New Hampshire though. I think I am going to put it high B, maybe right ahead of Kentucky. Let's see, New Jersey. New Jersey's pretty cool. It borders New York and Pennsylvania, so it has a lot of influence from their cultures, I guess. Uh, but yeah, I don't really know much about New Jersey. I'm gonna put it in B. I know I'm putting a lot of stuff in B, but I think a lot of stuff just belongs there basically. We have New Mexico. New Mexico's pretty nice. They have a cool hot air balloon festival. They border Mexico, of course. They're known for their chili peppers. Uh, yeah, this is a really nice state. I think I will put it somewhere here, maybe right ahead of Louisiana. New York. New York is pretty nice. It's really populated. New York City, obviously. Yeah, they have a lot of cool stuff. Central Park, Coney Island, Statue of Liberty, of course. And I think for that, I am gonna put it right ahead of Louisiana. North Carolina. I do a lot about North Carolina. I know Mr. Beast lives there. That's pretty cool. It seems pretty warm. It seems pretty nice. So I think I'm gonna put it in high B. North Dakota, one of the less populated states, of course. They have a few cool things. I don't think I can really think of anything right now. But yeah, nice fields. It's really good for farming. I think I will just put it somewhere in C, right ahead of Nebraska. Ohio. This is obviously kind of a meme state, or it used to be at least. I think it's kind of dead now. But Ohio is actually a pretty good state. I've heard they have a good housing cost. They have a lot of big cities, of course, Cleveland, Cincinnati, stuff like that. And for that, I am going to put it maybe an A actually. Yeah. Oklahoma. I don't really know much about Oklahoma. They have a lot of like cowboy culture, stuff like that. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to put it in high B, right? I have New Jersey. Oregon. I actually really don't like Portland. I've never been to Portland, but I know that it rains a ton there. And I think that's just kind of miserable. So I'm going to put it in D. Sorry, Oregon. Uh, okay, Pennsylvania. I don't know a lot about Pennsylvania, but it seems pretty nice. I think it's kind of average, so I think I'm just going to put it right there in between New Hampshire and Kentucky. Rhode Island. This is the smallest state. It seems pretty nice though. They have Brown's University. Not a lot to say about this state though, but it's really nice. They have a nice temperature, so I think I'm just gonna put it maybe ahead of Connecticut. South Carolina. I think it's better than North Carolina just because it's a little warmer. I don't really know much about South Carolina though. They have a few big cities. Columbia. Let's see. I'm just gonna put it high C. South Dakota. South Dakota obviously has Mount Rushmore. That's definitely something you have to see if you ever go to South Dakota. And yeah, it's a pretty nice state. I think I will put it in low A. Let's see. Missouri. Missouri's pretty nice. They have a bunch of big cities: Kansas City, St. Louis. Obviously, you have to see the St. Louis Arch if you go there. And they have a lot of nice sites. So I think I'm going to put it in high B. Tennessee. Tennessee, they have a lot of country music. It's pretty moderate temperatures. I think I'm going to put it maybe high B also. Texas. Texas is nice and warm. Um, they have a lot of cool animals too. They have like a cow exclusive to Texas or something like that. A lot of big cities, obviously. It's the second most populated state. But I think I'm just going to put it in high C. Utah, obviously, they have the Great Salt Lake. They also have a huge kind of arch made out of rocks down over here. Um, yeah, it's a pretty cool state. It's kind of dry though, and I don't really like the arid climates, but I think I'm still gonna put it in A. Vermont. Vermont's another New England state. They're not very populated. It's the second least populated state, but I think it's pretty cool. I heard they make a lot of maple syrup there, and as a Canadian, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna put Vermont maybe an A tier. Let's see. We have Virginia next. Virginia's pretty nice. It's kind of it's more one of the more moderate states. I don't really know a lot about it. I think I'm just gonna put it in high C. Washington. Washington's pretty nice. They have Seattle, um, Spokane, the Space Needle, of course, and that's pretty cool. I think I am gonna put it in low. We have West Virginia. I don't really know a lot about West Virginia. I don't think it's a very good state either, but I think I'm just gonna put it maybe low C. Next we have Wisconsin, and then one more after that. Wisconsin's pretty cool. They have a bunch of, I heard they make a lot of cheese there. Um, but other than that, I don't really know a lot about Wisconsin. I know they have Milwaukee. That's pretty cool. I think I'm just gonna do high C for that. And finally, we have Wyoming, and Wyoming is the least populated state, but they have a lot of really cool things. Yellowstone National Park, um, a lot of cool geysers, bison, of course, or yeah, bison. Um, I think I'm just gonna put it in B. And there we have it. So this is my state list for all the states. Oops, where was that? Yeah. So Florida is the highest, Alaska is the lowest. I just really don't like cold temperatures that much. But yeah, let me know if you guys would change anything on this list. I know there's a lot of different opinions about different states. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.